Welcome back to the Shipping Container Masters of the Midwest channel, Simple Shipping Containers. And we've got a few here that are absolutely excellent for a shoot on every stage of the process. I want to continue to answer questions and comments on, what about this and that, and insulation and electrical and all this. So I'm going to make this a pretty brief video, but we've got a lot of really good stuff to shoot here real quick. So this is a 20-foot office we're wrapping up. This one's going to go on Iron Planet. So if you guys are interested in buying, it'll be on there. It's protected by Iron Planet, Ritchie Brothers, Ironclad Guarantee. They handle shipping for you. Super slick process, very reputable company. They come out here, inspect, take pictures. So highly recommend Iron Planet, Ritchie Brothers. If you're buying equipment, selling equipment, either way, just very high quality, awesome customer service. I would never buy equipment from any other website or auction website at this point. I've bought a few Komatsu loaders and all kinds of stuff. If you buy something on Iron Planet or Ritchie Brothers website, you don't have to worry about losing your butt if you get the equipment and there's an injector that's leaking diesel fuel into the oil pan and it washes the bearings out. Like, you're covered. So don't ever buy from AuctionTime.com. It's the worst auction company in the world. But I digress. We're getting a little sidetracked here. So this is a 20-foot office, standard configuration, one window on each side and then that walk door. But we've got the OSB painted. We go with the light gray RAL 7035. That's the factory interior color of the container. So I like to kind of stick with that. This is the color the inside of the container, quote, should be. I like to keep everything OEM. And speaking of OEM, someone mentioned taking the letters off the container, the serial number. If I buy a Buick Grand National, I'm not taking the badges off, so I like to leave those. We could take them off. It's easy. If you buy the container and you want them off, just hit them with a heat gun or let it sit in the sun and take them off. But I like everything to look absolutely OEM, factory, stock, no mods. I like to make everything look like the factory did it. And if you guys missed it, there's the drip rail we've integrated into the top of the door. Keeps that water from all these nooks and crannies in the door, which are a problem for all walk doors on containers. We don't have too many problems with windows. You just got to make sure these vents right here are clear, because you're going to get rain coming in here. These need to drain. So make sure you got your sawdust and debris and all that cleaned out of the vents in the bottom of the window. But the walk door is the critical one. So, and then we like to leave the doors operational on the end of the container. If you're moving furniture in and out, there's just no reason to frame this and block it off. In my eyes, we do patio doors and things like that over here, but generally we like to leave the doors operational. And that's kind of what an operational door looks like. And we do spray foam those, as you can see right there. So this one's got surface mount electrical. I like it for industrial applications. You can always add on or subtract later. You know where everything is. It makes the interior finish a little bit easier. And then that's a 12,000 watt or 12,000 BTU. Della pulls about 1,100 watts or so, I think, running all out. So super efficient. It's like 23 SEER. Can't beat them. I love their app. The Wi-Fi, everything, Bluetooth on the Dellas is just awesome. Customer support's awesome. So can't say enough good stuff about Della. And this is how we case the windows out in an OSB container. So we case that with OSB, case this with flat trim. I think OSB would look goofy here as trim. And then we seal the inside of that window. And that window is screwed into our 2x3 tube with a couple screws on each side. All that's pretty tricky. Spray foam is going to move stuff around. That's why we don't use metal studs. If you try to spray foam with metal studs, this stuff's just going to be completely wonky, flying all over the place. The metal studs have no rigidity whatsoever, especially torsionally. You can just push them around with your pinky. They fly everywhere. And then if you're trying to nail or brad anything into metal studs, it just doesn't work. And then screws strip in them as well. So in certain applications, metal studs are fine. In containers, I just don't see how they work. So that's the basically windows and electrical. This one's pretty much a wrap. So like I said, this one will be on Iron Planet. Here's the other configuration, 2 windows on one side, door here. Black windows, love those windows. Those are the Performax window. They've got an aluminum track in the bottom. You can see it right there. These windows slide super nice. And then you can see these little vents are bigger on these Performax, which I like, and they got that little flapper door. So you won't have like bugs flying in there and laying eggs inside of your stuff. So, I mean, just a lot of nice little stuff on there. See those little flapper doors. And my $20 Amazon mic took a dump, so we're filming on the iPhone microphone for this one. Doors. I like to paint the outside of the door the container color, and then we get the inside of the door is our AL7035 light gray, so it looks perfectly factory. And we get them with plastic on them. These are custom made. We build these. No, you can't buy these container door frames or slabs in the US. We make them. If you're interested, let me know. We don't really specialize in shipping or anything. If you're relatively close to Kansas, just come pick them up. If you do want one, let me know. We can kind of work out the shipping. These studs and frames are off the walls a bit. They're 2x3. I can drill a hole in the side of this container right now. It's going to be about 2.5 inches average on foam. Anything over 2 inches closed cell, you're just burning money for no reason. This container is only going to use, $30 to $40 worth of electricity a month. We're not worried about thermal bridging. Like if we don't have spray foam right here, your electricity bill might increase like by 50 cents for the month. It just doesn't matter in this application. It isn't a $1.2 million home. We're not raising, incubating iguana eggs in here that have to be a certain temperature. This is going to draw very minimal electricity. And we spray the floor of this. Just do not ever buy a shipping container that doesn't have the floor insulated, has fiberglass insulation, or has a window unit. That's my only recommendation. But this level of spray foam is pretty much the best insulated product on the market, and I'll stand behind that all day. So this one's getting OSB. Let me grab the light. This one's getting OSB, so you can kind of see this one's got Romex though. So this customer said, hey, I want Romex, I don't want surface mount, so the electricals run. So you can see here, OSB is going over the electrical, and that makes fitting the interior a little bit more tricky, but the electrical cost is lower. So it's kind of a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other on the Romex versus surface mount electrical. You can see those. I was always doing one window on each side, but I'm kind of digging the 2 windows and door on one side. So here's another regular configuration. This one's sold, and this one I really want to show you guys. So these doors are furred out. So we screw, if you guys don't know, the end bars on these container doors are hollow. So you can screw in to the post of the container without going through the container. These 2 posts are hollow. You can't screw anywhere through the middle. So we try to not penetrate or weld on the container anywhere possible. The containers have nice zinc paint. You just don't want to mess that nice paint up unless you really have to. That's why we don't weld frames on the inside or brackets or anything like that. So this is getting furred out, and then we're going to put that bead board on there. So this is another phenomenal job by the guys putting this bead board in there. It's very tricky. I mean, this is high level stuff. I don't really like doing it. If I can do shiplap or pine or cedar or OSB, I'm going to do it. The bead board's cheap. I mean, it looks good, but it's so tricky to get right. Very tricky. So here's the trim and finish on this, and we call this a shiplap white. And basically where we came up with this color was it's a white that Sherwin-Williams has sitting around, and basically it matches the white shiplap you get at Sherwin-Williams, or at Menards. They sell a shiplap, and it's basically the same white. So there's kind of your door finish. This will get a door seal here. Don't fit that seal too tight on the interior side of the door. On the hinge side, it will pinch it and rip it off. Setting the door seal is kind of tricky. Setting the strikers a little bit tricky. These are the strikers we're running right now. I think they're a little bit easier and better to get lined up. So that's kind of how that comes out. No, this will not have condensation. And then we usually do outlets down low, outlets up high where we can. And then I believe this is going to run off 120, 15 amp cord. We haven't put the box on yet. We give the customer the option. We usually put a 4 to 5 breaker box in there. And then we give the customer the option. Do you want 120? You want 240? What kind of plug do you want? You want a 30 amp 120? You want a 15 amp 120? But just running off an extension cord for a lot of customers is really handy. If they ever want more power, all you do is switch the plug, run more and more wire for 240, you're done. These mini splits, that's why the SEER rating is so important, because you can run an extension cord and still have very nice heating and cooling for pretty much any climate. And you got enough amperage left over to run a mini fridge and some computers and lights and whatever else. If you're running a very inefficient window unit, you don't have that extra amperage left over on an extension cord, and then you're not heating and cooling very well at all. And I know you guys will say, well, I got a window unit in my shipping container and it works great. That's all fine, but a window unit's not going to heat a shipping container when it's -10 in South Dakota. The floor's not insulated, and when you're running on an extension cord, you need that extra amperage, and that window unit's so inefficient. The SEER rating's like 13 or 14. There's just no reason to put them on there. So this is the last one. We're going to do bunk beds in this, and then we got a new group of 4 coming in next week. This one's going to get a tongue and groove pine wood finish, and then like a rustic corrugation for the ceiling. I'm trying to find some weathered corrugation for the ceiling. Maybe we just do wood in the whole thing. We're either going to do basically folding bunk beds, RV mattresses in here, or we're going to do them rigid with ladders where they just sit there. I don't know, the person that buys this, if it's more important to have some more storage or more beds. I don't know. So we're kind of just deciding on that stuff still. And then this is going to get the big 5-foot black windows. So really cool. And then if you guys haven't watched the other videos, check this out. My guys matched that paint up. And I keep going back to factory, make it look OEM, make it look factory. I mean, it looks like a Panzer tank. Sherwin-Williams is great at matching the colors, and then, you know, my guys are great at just like copying that camo. But I mean, look at that. Who's doing that? So, simpleshippingcontainers.com. We sell solar fans. We sell the motion lights that go up in the corner castings. So you can put those motion lights on there without drilling into your container. And those are solar motion lights, so there's no wiring involved. We sell everything from the easy open handles. Let me show you one of those. We can ship those too. So we sell these, and you can weld those on or rivet those on. But these handles are slick. If you don't have easy open handles on your container, especially your used container, just take that second bar off and weld or rivet that handle on. But we sell those on the website. All kinds of parts, you name it, we got them. So you guys have a good weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.